Hello! Welcome to Bad at Board Games.
Well, he's bad at board games.
Sometimes. I'm Brad Blake.
I'm Topher Ferguson.
And we're bad at board games, so you don't have to be. Today we're going to go over March in review. We had some really amazing milestones for us, and I'm going to look at my phone, so don't hate me too much for that. We have over 500 subscribers, which is
Amazing.
Really cool.
Yeah.
We're very happy. Heartfelt thanks to everybody that's been a part of the channel. You really are elite. You know, if you think about that, you're the elite ones. Coming along with 500 subscribers, we hit a milestone of 20,000 views for our channel, which is really cool. I mean, you know, there's a lot of people watching that may not be subscribed, but we keep popping up on their feeds, and they're taking a look at us, which is really cool. Last month we only got 6 videos out, and we definitely try to get one out a week. We're a little late this week, just a lot of stuff's been going on. But yeah, life has been going on. But definitely 1 to 2 videos a week. So we'll try to get you around 8 or more if we can make that happen. Our top video last month was the top 10 games for couples with me and Ara. That one shot up to about 2,200 views, a little bit over that. So that's been really cool. That was a nice video to make.
That's a great video too.
Yeah. We just enjoyed making it, and just basically it's the same 10 games we both play together, and then how we thought about them in relation from number 10 down to number 1. If you haven't checked that out, it's kind of fun. What was your month looking like, Toph?
Yeah, my month was interesting. So I didn't have quite as much of a time this month to play games like I normally do. I actually have a side gig where I chef it up with one of our local businesses here in town. So I spent about the last week and a half helping them in the kitchen and cooking with them. So that meant for the last week and a half, I've not really been playing a lot of games, at least not a lot of games with other people. I've been playing a lot of solo games, but I still had some games in. Actually, I had more than I thought. Awesome. I ended up playing a total of 19 games. Mm-hmm. I had 37 plays across 19 games. But of that, 11 of the plays were solo games. So there were 3 games that I kind of brought to the table at home, kind of at night, winding down, getting the mind out of 12 hours on my feet working, and sitting down and kind of taking the evening to have some fun. So yeah, so I had a handful of plays. You had a handful too as well.
Yeah, I don't know how many individual games. I didn't break that out, but I got 44 games in this month. So I was really, really happy with that. You know, I don't if you guys care or not. I try to get like 1 game on average a day. It doesn't mean I play a game every day, but like me and him will get together and play 3 on the weekend, so that makes up for, you know, like Wednesday, Thursday, Friday that I don't.
It's so true. It is. Sometimes we'll play more than that.
Oh yeah, I'm just like the big games, and then we'll throw Hive in there and play a bunch of those.
Yeah. And Hive actually made up quite a bit of it. I played Hive, I think 5 or 6 times, something like that this month. I played some new games, which has been good. Well, we've played some new games.
Yeah. It's been an amazing month. Like I don't know. There's more new games that I've played this month than I probably have in quite a while since getting a bunch at Christmas or something.
Yeah, and birthday and
stuff and like games that we don't even own, as our friends are bringing groups.
Yeah,
bringing games to the group.
Yeah, that's actually been fun. In fact, one of the ones that kind of highlight for me this month was Power Grid. So Lee brought Power Grid in, right up my alley, my type of game, Euro game, just a really good, beautiful, I mean, stunning artwork. Kind of ugly as sin colors, muted colors, typical Euro as it is.
Check out this short up here about who won. Who didn't win?
I lost, but I love the game. Oh my goodness, I love the game. It was so much fun.
Game.
Yeah, I thought I would do better than I did, but I definitely did not win. So
that was good.
But yeah, so that was definitely a highlight for me. I think another highlight for maybe both of us, but at least me, was War of the Ring. I was hesitant going into that game. I didn't know what to expect. I'm not a war gamer. That's not my style, and I enjoyed it a whole lot more than I thought I would. Took us a couple hours. many hours for me. Yeah, just to start to learn the rules. But then we ended up, so we played about half a game, and then we came back and we actually played a game from beginning to end. Yep. And that one played a lot faster, and still had, I had to go back to the rules. You didn't, I did. But man, that was a fun game. That was a fun game. So that's another good one. Through the Ages, we finally brought Through the Ages to the table. Again, same thing. We played, partial game, tried to get an idea of it. I wouldn't say that we played all the way through well. But a lot of looking up the rules. Yeah, it took a lot longer than it should have because of that. But that game I loved. I cannot wait to play that one again. So that's a good one. Another one I brought to the table, actually, Libertalia, Winds of Gale Crest. So Stonemeyer's game, kind of reprint of the original Libertalia. We brought that. I feel like it went over well with the gaming group.
I liked playing it. It's a nice medium weight game.
Yeah.
I think neither one of us like the artwork.
No.
We like the old artwork.
Yeah.
Versus the
So
new, but I like the gameplay.
Yeah, the gameplay well. The artwork was, I thought, terrible.
It's colorful.
Yes,
but it was just kind of like meh.
I'd rather just give me the pirate theme, not the animals and stuff. But the game itself is awesome.
And everybody has different opinions. It's, you know, people like it, so don't.
It's probably more family friendly with this version, but I loved it. I really did. I enjoyed it. And then my game of the month actually is a solo game. I have been eating this game up completely. It's Under Falling Skies. And that has been the one that pretty much in the evenings I've been sitting down and it plays pretty quick. It's challenging. I've lost a handful of times. I've won a lot of times. That one has been one of my favorites. I quickly rising.
Is it like a legacy kind of storytelling game?
So there's two parts to it. It does have a campaign. It's not a legacy. It does have a campaign. You can start it. You kind of play the base game. You get to know what's going on. It's a dice chucker. You're kind of, fighting the aliens as they come down, but it's a puzzle. So it's not luck driven with the dice. It's a puzzle and you got to figure out how to play your dice in appropriate ways. And then you can jump into the campaign. And the campaign's pretty cool. There's 4 of them, I think, that came with it. I haven't played through all of them. But you open it up, you punch out your pieces, and then you pick 2 cities and 2 workers, two characters to help you. But the problem is you can only defend 1 city. So like you pick 2 randomly, and then one of them is going to get obliterated by the aliens while you focus on the other one. But it's campaign, it's not legacy. So you're not destroying anything. You can keep coming back and replaying it. And, the characters are going to give you additional benefits. And so, yeah,
cool.
it is fun. Maybe when I play through it and get tired of it, I'll pass it on to you.
Yeah, that'd be cool. So that was your number 1 of the month?
That was the number 1 playthrough. Right. Yeah. That was fun.
Awesome. I had a few. I can't believe how many new games it felt like I played this month. So Power Grid was one of them. These are my honorable mentions for the month, I guess. Marvel United you brought.
Yeah.
Like we played the base game of that. And I've never been real into the little cutesy Marvel guys, but like when you get to play with the little cutesy Marvel guys, you're like, hey, I actually kind of like the cutesy Marvel guys. But we went through that whole starter box. That was fun. We had a nice little evening playing that game. 3 of us. And then the War of the Ring. That was new to us. I really enjoyed that. That's for those who haven't played War of the Ring. It is a battle game that has a board game with it. So if you're used to board games and you're not used to, combat games and Warhammer 40K, and it reads like something Warhammer 40K. The rules. It doesn't read like a board game rule set. So just know that going in, it's gonna have, if you're not used to that, once I flip my head and be like, oh, this is a war game rule book, not a board game rule book, makes things a little bit easier.
I was glad that you read that rule book and taught it, as opposed to me trying to work my way through. I could have figured it out, but
yeah, it was, but it has keywords that reference keywords that reference keywords.
Yeah. So, and who won that game?
You did.
Actually, it was
Who
epic.
helped you with that game?
Yeah, there were a couple times that I was like, okay, for strategy, what do I do in this situation?
It was fun though. I wanted to play it as a fun game. I didn't want to play it as like, I think you could play it to win, but we were trying to play it as a story. And and enjoy that story and enjoy like I destroyed Helm's Deep. There was no horsemen left on the board.
It was terrible. Oh my goodness, it was terrible. You took out everything. I mean, it just
there was no horsemen. Not even one left.
No, you flattened it. I just no hope. You had everything. You ended up with pretty much the entire southern side of the board. Yeah, actually, most of the board.
And one of the reasons I like Star Wars Rebellion, this game came down to the last round,
to the last play.
He had to push it to win and destroy the ring, or I was going to take over one of the Elven kingdoms.
Yeah.
And I would have succeeded. Like,
Yeah.
it was literally like, if he didn't push it and gave the ball back to me, he was going to lose. So he had to try to be able to
what
kill
was it?
him.
I could take like 2 corruption and that was it. And there was like 3 corruption in the mug. I could have waited and I could have healed some corruption, but you would have won automatically. So it was like, well, I got to go for it. Like, I got to go for it. I was at the last spot and they did it. Frodo did it.
It was good.
Yeah.
It was a great ending.
It was.
That's what those games are about. So, for all the difficulty and the hurdle of getting through it the first time,
it's worth it.
It's worth it. It's a cool game.
I also watched the movies. Do I get to throw that into this? Yeah. It's been so long since I've watched the movies that I actually was like, okay, we tried it and I didn't get any of the movies in. And then the next weekend we were going to play it. And I was like, okay, here we go. It's a busy week, but I got to do this. So I binged the 3 movies just to prepare for the actual playthrough.
It's awesome. It was awesome. But Libertalia, you hear a bunch about it and it's a legacy game and it's old. I don't mean legacy as the new term legacy. I mean, it's like an old, you can't get your hands on it kind of thing anymore. And then speaking of legacy, we played Pandemic Legacy, which that's been the pandemic for me. Like, not the regular pandemic, but this Pandemic Legacy season 1. I love it. I think that's great. And we finally got to get Lords of Waterdeep. He's brought Lords of Waterdeep over multiple times, and it's always been like, okay, well, let's play this, and we introduce a new game to everybody, and then we just don't end up having time for that one. So, that was finally able to get that, and that's a new one to me. Been wanting to play it for years, just never picked it up. All the same reasons, right? But it was cool to be able to finally play that one. And then Through the Ages, it's up there. I did not have the same experience as Toph, but we'll probably do a review on this in another month or so after we play again, so I don't have too much of a tarnished opinion about Through the Ages, but we'll see how it goes.
We should have listened to the advice of the rule book that says play 2 ages.
Stop
not
at age
3.
2. Don't go to age 3 on your first try, maybe even your first 2. But my top 5 of the month, right? I got to play Sentinels of the Multiverse. That was fun. I've kind of been back and forth on Sentinels, and then Lee brought it, and it was cool. I want to play that again. I enjoyed it enough that I'm like, yeah, I want to ask for that back. So that was cool. I got Return of the Dark Tower, and I think we've played that like 3 or 4 times in a row now.
I have not played it yet.
Yeah, he was doing all the chefing, and so yeah, all of us have been playing that. That's been fun. Like, I don't know if it's given me the same feeling as the original, but it's a fun game, and it's not too difficult to learn. There is a puzzle. I know everybody's like, "Oh, I'm winning, I'm not losing. This isn't hard enough." I'm like, we haven't had that problem. The skulls, the tower spit out 10 skulls in one area and blew it all up, and then you lose. So we haven't had a problem with the tower being too easy for us.
I was gonna say, you texted me at one point where like you and your son lost, and I was like, that is not him. He doesn't lose. Like, you're not bad enough to bring him down. So yeah. So there's that. That's been fun, and I really enjoyed. I like Kanban EV. I like Lacerda games. We got Kanban back to the table. I love that game. So that's my number 3 of the month. And then Caper was my number 2. R and I got that. And we love playing it. We just played it last night. So really, we played one of that.
Yeah, I taught you how to play it. And you can. There might be too many links, but here's another link for that review with Caper. I think it's a great 2-player game. I really, really like it. I really like it a lot. And then my number 1 is Hive.
Such a good game.
God, I love that game.
It is awesome.
Love Hive. So easy, quick. Got in 8 games of it. And I mean, some people are gonna be like, "Oh, I got in 50 games or something." Like, well, that's a lot for me. Out of 44 games, getting 8 of any one game in a month is I don't know, I feel pretty accomplished.
And you're really good at that game. We had one game that went long.
Yeah, we had like a 20-minute game.
Yeah. And it was just back and forth, and
we were doing things of like, we were literally moving our queen bee out like, which
In
is
epic
rarely
ways.
ever
Yeah.
happens. Like, and then it was like, shit. Then the game almost restarted because we had to then like get our bugs back around the bee.
I don't even remember who won, but that was one of my favorite games that we've played. I don't know
That
if I
was a
won.
good
I don't remember, but it was.
Yeah, just that whole you moved that bee, and I was like, oh.
Yeah, I could see your eyes just like.
And then
defeat.
you screwed up and let me move mine out.
I did. Oh.
I was like, oh, two can play at that.
Oh.
That was great. That was
yeah.
a good game. That was a very good game. And that's why we play games, right? Either you're doing it by yourself and you're enjoying it, or you're doing it with a friend or a group, and like it's that experience. Like we don't even remember who won, but we remember the game.
The game was awesome. Yeah. Yeah. That's how a lot of them end up.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's
except for War of the Ring, right?
Yeah, I won that one. Who won Kanban EV?
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
I still have a problem with getting enough little speaking notes to the meeting, but I did a lot better.
Yeah. How far away were we in points?
Oh, you
like
kicked
this
me. Oh, it was a beat down.
It was
until the end, but it was until the end, that third meeting.
Yeah, that last meeting, because you had like one bubble speed.
I have a few suggestions for Mr. Lacerda on those meetings, but you know, I'm sure he won't listen to me.
It was fine. It was fine. Score wasn't that bad.
Like 50 points different, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was 30 point difference.
30? Yeah, that's not as bad as I remember.
No, yeah, that wasn't too bad.
But I really like that game. We're gonna be playing Lisboa. We're gonna go through all the Lacerdas. We'll either do playthroughs or reviews or something. But this year, you don't play all the Lacerdas in a month. So we will be we will be parsing that out.
You don't buy all the Lacerdas in a month.
No, maybe some people do.
Some people may. I'm an educator. It's not gonna happen. But yeah.
I want all the games, all of them. So
yeah,
but not just at once. Keep my shelf of shame tiny.
But I found my game. That's right there. Man, the games are amazing.
Yeah.
I can't wait to play through them.
It was fun. Well, that's what we have for you this month. We're getting a lot of people to view. We really would love you to come and subscribe. That, you know, my dream would be for any publisher to kind of come in and be like, hey, you want to review our game? I just think that would be fun. I don't know. I think that would be, you know, like it's almost the pinnacle. Getting to 100 subscribers felt amazing. Getting to 500 is really cool.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
500.
Yeah. And then just having somebody be like, hey, we like what you guys are doing. We think you're fun. Would you talk about our game on your show? We'll give you our honest.
Probably screw it up because we're bad at board games, but you know.
Yeah, we'll be bad at publishing. But we'll give you our honest opinion on it either way. So,
yeah.
You know, just helps us out on that journey. Just think it'd be fun. Hopefully you enjoy it as well.
It'll be fun. Join us at the table. Comment down below. Let us know what you played this month. We'd love to see that. Did you play in the same games? Mm-hmm. Do you play a lot of solo games like I do? And, you know, which ones do you really enjoy? I've got a few on my list. In fact, I'll be talking about some of my favorite solo games soon, so you can look for that video coming up.
Awesome.
Yeah. Awesome.
Have a great night. Thank you very much for watching.
Bye.
See you.